What if one person could build an entire space MMO? Infinite solar systems, procedural ships, real-time combat, NPC missions, all running straight from your browser with zero installations. That's exactly what Magpie is doing with Waypoint. In this video, he's going to walk us through the whole thing. Everything from the ships, the galaxies, the combat. So, let's just dive straight into it.
So while this is loading, hi guys, I'm Magpie. I've been building stuff as a dev since February, but I've been in the space for 5 years. It's good to meet everybody. I'm very much enjoying being a solo dev now. It's a lot more fun than dealing with nonsense up at the top. This is Waypoint. It's an idea I had back in February and I've been iterating on predominantly as my flagship thing. I'll show you a Grand Prix here in a second, which is like, it's like a love letter to F-Zero, basically. It even has a button where you can click it and it will, quote unquote, look like an N64 live in the middle of a race. It's pretty cool. But like all of the things that I'm building for all these various things are all going into this eventually as my flagship. Kind of EVE Online in your pocket with no installs because it's all built on Three.js and stuff like that. But let me get into the bits here. So what we're looking at here, this is just like our solar system, and like all of the orbits are full Keplerian and stuff like that. A lot of these models aren't built with Meshy, but for instance, if I track my ship here, wherever the hell it is, where are we? It's glitching. So let me just take you over to let me just go to the shipyard here, where you can actually see the different models and stuff like that. So these ones are all built specifically with Meshy through a GPT-2 prompt, but to get the design and stuff, the hard science I'm looking for. But these are some of the different hero ships that you've got. We've got the Brahe, there's the Kepler here, we've got some like more military stealthy type things, Ironworks, Tesara, etc., etc. Shipyard. I just used Fable briefly before it got yeeted out of existence to build out basically, I think I got 90 different parts now. So you can just hit randomize and it'll just give you basically infinity ships.
What?
This was actually one of my biggest posts I've ever done recently, just because it's a lot of fun. They really are, yeah, and you can reskin them all, or all of the bits. Like if I come on here, somewhere in here, there's so many. I need to optimize this, but let's see, I'll just grab a drone hive cell, and I can put these on here like you would expect. So like this is all, it's fully modular and stuff like that. It's not hard to do when you've got a bunch of things doing math, but there's more ships here now than there are atoms in like this and the next door universe, I think, right now. The connection being though, is that this is all just Three.js and quote unquote primitives and stuff like that. What I want to do, since like I can do all these things, is I want to get in here and make like bespoke pieces, like kick-ass looking turrets, or just you name it, you know what I mean, out of Meshy, that just get inserted in here and start replacing some of these pieces so that they look way cooler instead of just very cool, you know what I mean? How do you, there's a little bit of it. So what I did is, because one of the advantages I have that I didn't realize was a huge advantage until recently, but like when I put a prompt into my GPT that I've been using since 2022, the exact same prompt somebody else, like exact same prompt, will come up with completely different stuff, and mine is usually more detailed. So there's some sort of something happening there, which I don't know what it is. But the point being, when I tell my GPT, hey, I love Expanse and I love all these hard sci-fi things, and here's the constraints, and I want to see radiators and I want to see solar panels, and put things relatively close to each other, and then just tell it from there, do your damnedest and make sure there's yep. And there's in Waypoint, I've got here. It's just so that's cool tech, and it eventually will be all meshed together and stuff like that. But like one of the, yep, exactly. So in Waypoint, if I go to Jupiter here, for example, it's got all the moons, most of the moons, not all the moons, it's way too much. One of the cool things you can do on top of just, it's very pretty and all that type of stuff, every one of the planets has its own venue where you can find NPCs and chat with them, and these are all just 2D images, and there's nothing stopping me from, if I get, once one of these things takes off and I can actually afford the API spend, there's nothing stopping me from generating an infinity of 3D characters that you can chat with in a thing, instead of just it being a 2D. But you can ask this dude for work, buy rumors, you can ask them about the place, you can accept contracts, which takes you to the crew menu and send them on away missions and all sorts of stuff. The reason why I picked Three.js was just because I was curious. Every single point of light you see here is a fully claimable solar system that has full Keplerian orbits, that's got all the math, it's got places to visit with NPCs and stuff. And all these little bits here you see are actual players' systems that they've claimed. Like if I go into the heart of the thing here, just to give you an example, these are all actively stars that Three.js is rendering. So like when I say it's a whole MMO in your pocket, and I'm going to be plugging like Meshy in to do a lot of the biggest one, like right now, let me just click, it's called Aldebaran, I guess. But like in here, like you can see this planet's made full ass out of gold, and it's got 2 different bits on here. Yes, but I believe that I know for a fact that what I have right now, there's 100,000 systems, but like once GPT 5 point whatever comes out here on Thursday, or as soon as Fable comes back, I'm just going to, because those 100,000 I built back in March, I haven't redone it at all. I know I can get to millions if I want to. There's no reason to. I'm not going to get a million fucking players, but I could also turn all of those on to be like a No Man's Sky in your pocket kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
Are you gonna add PvP or combat?
Yes, I don't know exactly how. My current thinking, because I've got in here, this is using that infinity ship tech. If I just tell it to make me 10 ships and then start a run, now I'm in active combat. Yeah, there's drone boats and all sorts of stuff. Like now, see, without going super crazy, because I'm not there yet. But one of the things that I really want to do is, because this is all just fucking data, and I'm building this game to go into Waypoint. Thank you. The hovercraft game and all these other games that I've been building for Vibe Jams are all built to go into Waypoint as features that you can choose to interact with or completely ignore. I really want this to be the game that I would play. And this is just using outdated stuff. It's got some of the ships are using the correct parts, but you can see some of them are just like flicking right now. There are health bars, they're just not rendering and stuff like that. But let me okay, so there's 7 ships blown up. I need to retune it because they were going too fast through everything, and now it's just too slow. But at the end of this, basically what'll happen is from the parts that you blew up, you'll be able to salvage and create more ships that are randomized. And then the idea of this pocket version of the thing is, right now we're on Neptune, and you fight your way from planet to planet all the way to the boss fight at the sun, basically. And by the time you get there, you'll have 50 ships or something like that, all going completely crazy. Now it's just against AI. Right now it's just against AI and stuff like that. But the idea is to take something like what I have here, and to what Waypoint has now is just here's an example of something that I've actively used Meshy for, because it's my own. Physics is cool, but there's nothing stopping me from making the star look like a fucking capybara if I want to. You know what I mean? Or let's see, Waypoint 4. There we go. Yeah, so I built this for 420 just to celebrate because it was fun. This is the first full Meshy system that I ever built. It's like the stars, Meshy. You got Dense Fold over here. And by the way, Dense Fold, it has a fucking mission on it. You can come here and do missions on these weed planets if you want. Come over here to the paper route. There's nothing completely crazy. And with this is the short version. I swear to, you got the whole. Yeah, this was cool because this is a very popular atomizer thing. So I was like, oh, let me find one that's alien themed, and then I'll do that.
It's got the UFO on top.
These all need to be redone. This was like my 7th, 8th, etc. ones. Oh, and here you go. It's finally working. You can see the ship trying to... Right. I don't think it does. Yeah. Like I wasn't trying. Let's see. Before I hand over this space as well, this is probably the most I've ever used Meshy in something, I will say.